Hello, I've arrived. I'm live. Welcome back to another night of the D-Train Minis stream. Before I get started, before the live viewers show up, like and subscribe if you're watching the VOD. Are you a VOD enjoyer? Like and subscribe. You can hit that like and subscribe button, then next time you can be here live and we're gonna chat. That's what I'm all about, hell yeah. Got a new playlist, hell yeah. We're doing SQUIG tonight. We're finishing this SQUIG. We are doing some prosecutors, starting on the wings. I started painting this guy's wings a little bit, just getting them ready for some contrasto painto. I was doing a little bit of test painting. I got one bottle of contrast paint that I'm going to use to do the fires, and so far this was just like a little bit of a sample that I was working on some contrast blending. I have Magmadron Flame. That is very orange. It doesn't even look as orange as it is. This is like eye-searingly orange. IRL, in person. Excuse me. What else do we got? I got a bottle of Glaze Medium, Vallejo. I think this is effectively contrast medium. They didn't sell the G-Dub contrast medium, which I'm okay with actually. I like these like sealable bottles anyway. 90% sure this is contrast medium. They call it glaze medium. I don't really know what that is because I just use regular thinner medium when I'm glazing. I think they're just trying to confuse me. They're trying to throw me off here. But other than that, we're underway. Give me a second here. I got a new video out. It's my Warhammer current events video. Just doing all the updates today. Doing all the updates right off the bat. It's a Monday. Laying out what's going on this week. Stream-wise, new video out. Check that video. Basically just where I review and react to all the Warhammer community articles. I got it down from 47 minutes last week to 17 minutes this week, so we're making gains. We're making time gains. We're getting shorter. We're getting more efficient. I might start doing it live pretty soon. 1 second here. Oh, let me roll it back. All right, we're all set. Let's do it. Squags. We're doing SQUIGs today. So he's got a lot of teeth. He's got a lot of bones. I still have to do a little bit more on the body, a little bit more highlighting. But I got a lot of the skin done. I highlighted up last week. So, but I'm gonna get the teeth and the bones hit up first with a quick base coat, and now I need to just aggressively squint at my desk until I find the paint I'm looking for, which I did pretty quickly. Hello, welcome. Carne Marron, Espanol, s'il vous plaît. This is Vallejo Tan here. This one's been sitting, so I gotta shake this for about 25 minutes, but that's fine. SQUIGs. One SQUIG. I'm just doing one SQUIG. I'm finishing, hopefully finish this SQUIG today. It should be easy to finish off. There's not too much left to do. Mostly just the bone and the teeth. Oh, this paint is so like, this one's like poorly mixed. It's settled. I don't use this one that often. You can even see on the camera how poorly mixed it is. There's like a big separation between two of the colors. You have to shake it for like 25 freaking minutes. Getting there. Let me adjust the camera angle while I'm at it here. A little bit more desk angle. Whoa, not that much desk angle. I'll go like this. Oh yeah, let's get the maximum bright light in the camera. Hell yeah. That's what people want, right? They want this like blinding desk lamp right in their face. An agitator? Yeah, I think it has like a ball in it. I think these Vallejo ones come with them. I know some of them do, maybe not all of them. Not this one. These ones do. I need to buy one of the marbles. Maybe they don't come with them. I know the Pro Acryls do, but... It's actually a good point. I should check and see if the Vallejo ones have one in them. They may not come with one by default. Anyway, that's close enough. It's shooketh enough here. I don't need too much of it anyway. Whew. Man, I'm sweating. All right. I like to do the bones with the sort of brown tan color, make it look like sort of like a cracked bone. Gives it a nice bleach sort of look or something. I don't know if bleach is the right look, but a little bit of depth. 8mm glass marbles, eh? I'll look into that. I know they sell bags in at the hobby shop, and I don't think they're that expensive. I gotta see if I'm gonna crack open one of my old Vallejo bottles and see if they actually have one in them. Maybe I'll start like peeling them out of the Pro Acryl bottles and rinsing them off, because I'm starting to run out. I got a couple types of Pro Acryl paint that I'm actually starting to run out of. I could just rinse the bottle once it's empty and start stealing the glass marbles from those ones. Gonna do a quick little scoot across this guy. I don't have any paper. Give me a second. Let me grab a little bit of... Why am I constantly tangled in frickin' microphone cables? No matter what I do, no matter how much I move the microphone around, I've always got it wrapped around my chair. I detangle this chair about 5 times a stream. It's crazy. I feel like this microphone wire is just out to get me personally. Start putting a few of these bottles back here. I'll shake them up a little bit before I send them back into the paint organization thing. Quick little shake. I need red, I need orange, I need dark red for sure, because I'm going to be doing some flames tonight, I think. I need ivory. The gold can finally go back. All the flesh colors can go back. Don't need those anytime soon. Alright, we're good otherwise. Yellow can stay out. Make a little space on the old Descarino here. Probably should organize this earlier. $11, that's not bad. Up here in Canada, that'll be about $35 shipping. That's the only issue. maybe. Depends where it comes from. If it comes from the UK, it's really cheap. Can I get a little bit of a better angle here? It's like I'm simultaneously hanging out the back of the camera and hanging out the front of the camera at the same time. Let me just like, maybe this is the angle here. Let's go like this. That's right, that's close enough. All right, let's get it going. About to cook here on these bones and teeth and gums, and then I'll do another final layer of like flesh color, and then I'll do a little like, he's got like a lot of little like, I don't know if they're like pimples or something on his back, or like warts or something. And then I'll be good to go here, easy. Sales tax on 40K stuff, it's not too bad. The tax isn't bad. The shipping on eBay in particular is just abysmal. I don't know why. It's totally fine like to just buy stuff. It's like, I mean, our tax is like 14% or whatever. I think combined, it's like 7% PST, like provincial sales tax, and it's 7-ish. Depending on what province you're in, 7-ish government sales tax, GST, which is like the federal tax. Not too expensive, but just for some reason ordering on eBay here in particular, the shipping is just abysmal. Every time I order on eBay, shipping is like $35. Is 14% a lot? That's just what it's always been. It's Some provinces might have better deals on certain things. It really depends on the stuff. Some stuff here is tax exempt, like groceries and stuff like that are at least exempt from certain types of tax. Depends what it is. But I don't know that much about the taxation. I don't actually know what's exempt because I barely buy anything. I know some places down in the US don't have tax, like they don't have sales tax at all. Like, but then it's gotta be like something else to make up for it, because the money gotta come from somewhere, right? $8.25. Okay, so you just have like effectively like one tier of tax, right? Is that like a state sales tax or a federal sales tax? Oh, because your sales tax is all determined at the state level, isn't it? It's not the. Do you have federal sales tax in the U.S.? I don't actually know that. I don't know anything about taxation down there. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I know Texas. People go to Texas. A lot of people go to Texas because there's no personal income tax in Texas, right? I remember reading about this, but Texas has like the highest property tax in like the entire continent or something like that. But no personal income tax. So if you're just gonna rent or something like that, or just you've got a ton of money, I guess, if your property is like a low percentage of your overall net worth, then it probably at least for tax purposes, probably makes sense. No tax on food? All right, that sounds like a good deal. Yeah, we have I'm pretty sure a lot of our foods are exempt from tax, or from certain tax up here, at least like, I just can't remember what it is. We have all sorts of weird exemptions here and there on certain products. Camera's weird here. I need to get a wider angle camera. Oh yeah, and I gotta do his little like toesies here, his little claws. Squid claws, let's go. Yeah, it's just the shipping here is weird because I actually don't know why it's weird on eBay, because shipping normal stuff is fine, but eBay in particular is just an absolute nightmare. I always assume it's just people scamming, but also Canada Post, like our postal service is kind of weird too. Because the last time we had, well, maybe. Last time we had a conservative government in Canada, they basically sold out all of our public services and turned them into something called crown corporations, which is basically it's a semi-public, semi-private, I don't know how to explain it. Basically, it's like a private corporation that's owned by the government to some degree. And so it has to remain profitable, so it makes shipping really expensive because they still have to subsidize all of the unprofitable areas, but they also operate like a corporation, so they end up having to be profitable as well. Unfortunately, that happened to Canada Post, so now shipping's hella expensive up here if you go through the postal service. But if you go through like something else, like a courier, it's usually pretty cheap. It's just most of eBay goes through Canada Post. $100 to ship a board game to the UK. Same board game is $20 to Hawaii. That's crazy. maybe the British Postal Service is a crown corporation too, honestly. I know USPS is fully government subsidized, right? So you guys actually get like reasonable shipping to places that are far away, or to places that are not like profitable routes and whatnot. I don't know anything about the British Postal Service though, so I couldn't comment on that. Yeah, this playlist is a banger. I'm digging this playlist. Is trying out some new tunes. All right. Oh wow, I totally didn't like. I missed a whole bunch of patches on the underside of this guy, so I gotta go back over and repaint them. Oh yeah, you think they're going under, or they're just gonna get dismantled or something? Alright, let's get the underside of the foot here that I missed. All right. Yeah, Amazon is doing a lot of, I don't want to say damage. I mean, yeah, maybe a lot of damage to public shipping services for sure. They're so convenient though. I don't know how Amazon operates as cheaply as they do though. I don't have the understanding. I don't know. It seems like it should cost them just as much money to ship stuff, but Amazon just has something figured out. Maybe just advanced some kind of absurd logistics where they just have everything stored in warehouses all over the entire world. I got no idea. Amazon is a bit of a frightening beast. Alright, now for the bones and teeth, we're going to just regular bone white next. I like squigs, they're easy and fun to paint. Don't require too much thought, you know? And they're always they always look good. Hard to screw up a squig. Alright. Let's do the teeth first. Teeth are nice and easy. Let me get this angle a little bit better here. The light's on, yeah. Really, eh? I don't use Amazon too much. I prefer to just buy stuff in person. It's not because I've got like a big buy local mentality or anything, but I have a real aversion to buying stuff without actually seeing it. I occasionally buy stuff on Amazon just if it's something that I really need and I need it cheap or whatever, but I really like to actually pick things out in the store, you know? I've always kind of been like that. I've always been like that with Warhammer. Like I won't use Games Workshop's web store because I like to just go to the store and look at what I'm buying, see what kind of condition the box is in, stuff like that. You know, it's like the same thing with stuff on Amazon. It's like you don't get a good sense of what something is unless you see it in person. I used to buy a lot of stuff from Walmart. I used to do all my groceries at Walmart. That was sort of a protest thing because we have this one billionaire called Galen Weston that owns like 90% of the grocery stores in our entire country. He owns a big grocery chain called Loblaws, and I just freaking hate the guy, and I would rather give my money to the Walton family than to Galen Weston. So that's why I used to go to Walmart, but then at the end of the day, Walmart started getting kind of shitty around me. I moved, and the Walmart near me is not very good, so I switched back to the other food chain. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely still try and buy stuff at like, I live near a lot of like little farm stands and stuff like that. We get all our produce and stuff at like small places. Trying to avoid big grocery chains for produce, at the very least. Oh no, here comes Oscar. Time to start talking about breaking out the guillotines and stuff. I don't know, I'm just sick of massive powers having so much control and like everything feeling like we just don't have any say in anything anymore, you know? That's what I'm sick of when it comes to like modern companies. Companies are I feel like megacorps, they're getting too powerful. They're getting too powerful, you know? Corporations, you know, people should be allowed to start businesses and grow to a reasonable size. Maybe they shouldn't be allowed to buy out entire world governments. Who am I to say, though? I'm not an economist. I'm not a political scientist. First form of artificial intelligence. Wait, you're losing me here. You're losing me big time here. I don't know. After this weekend, I'm about one more day worth of just checking out of the news entirely and just saying, I don't want to know what's going on in the world. I just want to sit here and paint my little pieces of plastic, you know? That's what I want to do. All right, the teeth are coming together here. There we go. Need to leave a little bit of orange between each tooth. And I gotta do the same with the bones and the there another tooth down here that I missed? There is. You got a little tiny tooth down here on the side that I'm missing out on. Oh, yeah, dude. Definitely agree. Alright, those teeth are coming together. What's there a piece of lint on my desk? Whatever. It's not important. I just like shedding lint at this point. All right. Yep. Well, like I say though, I'd still rather give my money to the Waltons than to Galen Weston. Although right now, I am in fact getting my groceries, a lot of my groceries from Loblaws, sadly. Only because it's so freaking expensive to buy food pretty much anywhere else. Who knows what the UK government's like? Wait, is Walmart buying out football teams now? What football team do they own? Yeah, I don't follow football at all. We got a big football crowd up here in Canada, but I am not one of them, sadly. Alright. Oh, the Broncos, eh? Broncos. Is that Denver? Denver Broncos? That sounds right to me. This is gonna be like, it's gonna, I guarantee it's probably not actually gonna be Denver, right? Oh, it actually is. Oh, look at it. I remembered something. Why would a sports team be a depreciating asset? Whoever determined that? Alright, let's see. Alright, we're going around here. Huh. I guess it's a Super Bowl next weekend, isn't it? Speaking of football. All right, now we're gonna go one shade lighter. Oh, I gotta do his toes. He's got little claws down here. These I may end up putting some little earth shade on and make them look a little muddy or something, but we'll start with just like, hey, these some like ordinary little squig claws. This is all pretty easy. Nice. What am I doing? I've been painting the prosecutors for so long that they're too tall to hold under the camera that I forget that I have paint handles. Give me a second. What am I doing? I'm like, why am I struggling so much to paint and hold the base of the model? It's almost like there's another way. I watched hockey when I was younger. I haven't watched it for a really long time. Not since the Canucks lost and they burned our city down because of it. That was basically the last time I was really invested in hockey. But I know a lot of people, you know, up here basically everybody watches hockey, so a lot of people are into it. Alright, that's looking pretty good here. Alright, let's break out the ivory now. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember I was watching hockey when Luongo was when he was like the man. That was a time when I was watching hockey. We had like Luongo, the Sedins, Bertuzzi, who until he like broke that guy's neck or whatever, beat the hell out of that guy, like sucker punched him in the back of the dome. That was the old days of the Canucks, I guess. Yeah, Luongo was. I don't remember too much. I remember Luongo was like insanely good, and then yeah, like you say, like he was like inconsistent. Like sometimes he was on and he was just unstoppable. Like literally would never let a puck in, and then other times he would let every puck in. I remember him being really inconsistent. People love to hate on Luongo too. Holy, around here, it was like, I think a lot of Canucks fans like really like bandwagoners. It's like people love the Canucks if they're doing well, and then if they're not, god damn, bad day to be a professional hockey player in Vancouver. Nice little highlight there. Okay. Probably do one more layer of highlight on this, just at the top after, with a slightly brighter shade of ivory. Bone's starting to get there, and then I just gotta go back over the teeth again. Gotta do this side of it. Yeah, I haven't watched professional game of hockey in ages. Even when the Olympics are on, I don't usually watch hockey like the Winter Olympics. I don't know why. I kind of just got out of it. It's like when you're following all the teams, you're following all the players, you're like really good at the time and stuff like that. It's like easy to stay in it. But then I stopped watching it for a couple of years, and then I just never really got back into it. It felt like I was out of it, and I was like, all right, I don't know who any of these people are, you know. Same thing happened with League of Legends, the League of Legends pro scene. Stopped watching Pro League of Legends as soon as I stopped knowing who all the pro players were. There we go. Alright, that's looking pretty decent there on the bone. Alright on, dude. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. It's good chatting with you. Alright, let's get these teeth done here. Just do basically another layer of this, just up towards the top. Keep layering up these little like lines here, basically. Give me nice shiny teeth. I think my SQUIG's nice shiny teeth. They're munching, they're crunching, you know. The teeth would be clean from eating all these bones and stuff. Plus, I'm pretty sure SQUIGs are made of fungus anyway, so. Alright, we're cooking here. I just realized Piston Honda 87 said he's from New York. He must be late in New York right now. What time is it here? Oh, it's like 8. I guess it's not that late. Could be later. I go to bed later than that usually. Is New York 3 hours ahead or 4 hours ahead of Pacific? Now that's something I don't know. I know our East Coast goes up to 4 hours ahead, but I'm pretty sure over in like Nova Scotia they're 4 hours ahead. Stuff like that on the real East Coast, I think. There we go. Alright, those teeth are getting nice and shiny. Look at that. Yo, how's it going? Oh, 3 hours ahead in New York? Okay, that makes sense. New York is further west than Newfoundland and stuff like that, and like our far East Coast. Huh. Alright, teeth are coming along. One more layer on the teeth here. Let's grab the bright eye into our final layer on the teeth. Oh, I gotta finish the claws, so I gotta do one more. I gotta do one layer on the claws here. Basically just towards the top here. We'll brighten them just right at the high points here. These don't need too much there. Just a nice little bright layer there. Same here. And same there. Clients coast to coast. Oof. Memorizing time zones is not fun. One thing I learned which seems just like abysmal to me. China has one time zone for their entire country, which seems like a terrible way to run a country. You got people on the East Coast and people on the West Coast in one time zone. You wake up, it's like the middle of the night if you wake up on the East Coast there. Absolutely crazy. Freaking 6 hours of daylight because the whole country's got one time zone. There's no way to live. Alright, what do we got here? Right ivory. Time zones are like an absolute mess. I don't know. I understand why. Oh, let's see. Schools and work and such tend to start at different times. So it's just like, just out of stubbornness, just not having time zones. But in reality, everyone just like fakes the time zones. That seems so goofy. Honestly, time zones seem like a huge mess of a concept in general. Like every country being allowed to enforce their own time zones and stuff like that. Kind of goofy. Not having just like a standardized system for it. I don't really get it. I spent a few months in Malaysia, and Malaysia uses China time. They use like -8, I think, or CST -8, or I can't remember what the actual time zone is. They use the same time zone as China, despite like basically not being anywhere close to China on the map. Like not laterally or longitudinally. I don't remember the direction thing, but and they're also like an hour apart from basically every other country nearby, specifically just so they can trade, just for easier trade, basically. Stuff like that. Like every country just enforces their own time zones for like whatever, like trading purposes, economic purposes, whatever it is, you know. It's so strange. Alright, that's getting nice and bright here. I think that bone is pretty good. I'm gonna leave the bone like that. I don't know if it shows too much on the camera, but it's got nice little streaks on it, like sort of bleached. Oh, that is really annoying. Dude, I personally wish everyone would do away with daylight savings time, because I hate daylight savings time. But if nobody else is getting rid of daylight savings time, you can't be the odd one out. You cause too many problems, you know? I would be happy if we would totally do away with daylight savings time too, because I just find it annoying. I hate the time change, and it seems like kind of unnecessary. I get the whole like, oh, you get more time in the day or in the morning versus the evening, whatever, at different times of the year, but it's like, I just want it to be consistent. I don't want to have these like wild swings and where I have to get up early, or what feels like getting up early. Alright, let's just highlight the top part of these fangs here. Go like this, pretty much. Get nice and bright up towards the tip of his little teethies there. Oh no. Yeah, I got a terrible sleep schedule too, but it's mostly just because of poor sleep habits on my part, not necessarily because of any actual reason. Alright, there we go. Let's call those teeth basically done. There's some like good enough highlighting on the teeth. I wish it would focus better, but let's see if we can get that to focus up just a little bit, get a little bit closer there. That's not too bad. I'm gonna keep the gums like real bright red like that. I'm not actually gonna do anything with the gums. I'll do one little more highlight here. Just up at the top here and here. I will do like possibly some lips, some pink lips on this guy. There we go. Cool. Alright. Now I'll get like just like straight pink. So I bought a bottle of contrast paint on the weekend for the fire wings on when I get to the prosecutor wings. I got this magma drop orange. This stuff is like painfully orange. This is it doesn't look that bright. The camera doesn't have good contrast. Let me see if I can, or doesn't have good saturation. This is like just intensely orange, that's for sure. It almost feels like a fluorescent paint. I don't think it actually is, but I also got some glaze medium, so I'm gonna try this out a little bit. This is, I'm pretty sure, just Vallejo's version of contrast medium. Oh, come on. I asked the guy at the shop for contrast medium, and he didn't really like argue with me. He's like, oh, we have this like Lamian medium, which I guess is Games Workshop's thinner medium. I'm like, no, I need like actual contrast medium. He's like, oh, you can just thin with water. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm looking for. So you can just thin with water. I'm like, I don't know, I know I can thin my paints with water. I'm looking for something different here. He's a nice guy though, he's friendly. Yo, how's it going? Happy birthday, Front Feeble. How you doing, dude? I'm working on this SQUIG right now. Just about to start doing, I'm gonna do some lips, and then I'm gonna do these little, like all these little things on him. Do one more layer, like highlighting on his skin maybe, and then call him done probably. And then I'm gonna be back on these guys if I got time tonight. Prosecutors, I got a few prosecutors underway here. See if that focuses up properly. I'm gonna be working on the wings pretty soon. I just started like base coating the wings white. I'm gonna start doing them like pretty fiery looking. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna get a little do this glaze medium over here. See if I can actually use it for the lips. I'm gonna call this contrast medium because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It says it increases transparency, which I'm pretty sure contrast paint is just transparent paint. Lips, 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 lips. Squig, squig, squig. We like squigs. World Eaters? Nice, dude. World Eaters are cool. Yeah, 100%. Water, it like... Yeah, it ends up being more like a wash. Yeah, you're right. Dude, World Eaters are cool. Are you, what unit are you working on right now for World Eaters? Also, speaking of the glaze medium here, I was using that plus some of the Magmadroth orange just to work on a little bit of hair. I was trying to do the hair kind of like fire here, just a little experimentation. This was just like a little sample, not a detailed project. I didn't prime it, so it's all chipping and stuff, but just a little experiment. Ten Berserkers? Oh, right on, right on. World Eaters are very cool. Blood for the Blood God. Especially like the 30k World Eaters. So about the white and blue 30k World Eaters, like the whatever Horus Heresy World Eaters, I really like the old school World Eaters paint job too. See how that is. I'm going to do a little pink around the nose here. So I'll make the nose a little bit pink too. Start building up layers of pink there. I don't think there's any rules about your army having to match. It's more just if you personally want your army to match. I mean, depending on what you play, some places let you play with like unpainted models, but Games Workshop, last time I played at a Games Workshop, they were sort of sticklers. They like, you know, you gotta have them painted 3 colors or whatever. That's always just like depends what shop you're in or who's making the rules, but I would be surprised if anyone was saying your army had to match. I don't know, I don't play 40k, so I'm not sure. Right now, I'm more of a painter until I get my AOS army done. I actually asked at my local shop about AOS. They have 40k nights at my shop, but they don't have AOS nights, so I guess it's just not a big enough game at the shop that I go to. Yeah, I'm mostly an AOS collector here. I got Stormcast up here. Stormcast army right there. As you can see, I'm a bit of a white armor enthusiast at this point. Wait, is there actually a points cost for having your army unpainted? That is something I did not know. All right. Let's get a little burgundy, or maybe like some burnt red here. And then a little bit of ivory. We'll mix up some brighter color. Go light. I can go a little bit lighter than this. Let's see. If I get too light on this final highlight for this guy, he's gonna look a little weird, but let's go with that. Max 100 points, 50 of primary, 40 of secondary, 10 for a battle-ready army. 100 points. Wait, is 40k not in the 2,000 point system anymore? Do they like do like some kind of points crunch or something? AOS is still in the 2,000, like 1,000 to 2,000 sort of thing. Really lighten this up here. We'll go way up here. I'm hoping this isn't too light of a highlight color. If it is, it's fine. Let's go let this dry just a little bit. Let's see. I want to dry up just a little bit so I can get a little sense of how light this actually is. Probably fine. Maybe a little bit more red in there. Just a slightly darker color. Let's go with that. Oh, victory points. Oh, you lose victory points. Sorry, I thought you were talking about like actual points. I was like, oh my god, you lose army. You lose points allotments if your army's unpainted. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting. Still a little bit strange, but that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that's the right color for sure right there. Now we're really cooking here. All right, sounds good. Thanks for stopping by. Happy birthday, Front Feeble. Yo, thanks for the sub too, dude. Appreciate it, man. It's good chatting with you. Have a good one. Okay, 2,000 points is still standard tournament style game. That makes sense. Yeah, I was so confused for a second. I was like, why would they do that? I feel like they could actually do a point streak, but I guess it doesn't really make that much difference. It's not like points are so inflated or something in any of the game systems that they would ever need to actually do a points crunch. It's not like they have some issue with like points getting out of control or something. Alright, I'm like pretty good at this here. I think he's looking nice and bright up near the top. A little texture on there. Should be fine. I'll smooth it over a little bit more if it's looking weird once it dries. Sometimes these things just gotta dry and then see how they end up looking after. The teeth are so bright I had to make the skin just a little bit brighter. A little bit shiny. I noticed he's like this like contrast medium or glaze medium, whatever they call it, is a little bit glossy until it dries, and then it settles down a bit. All right, now these I like to go just like funny little pink pimples all over them, I think, like this. And then I'll probably make them a little bit lighter as well. That's how I normally do these. Go like pink and then highlight them with a white dot or something like that. Gits are like, or at least squigs. I've only really painted squig gits so far, but they're pretty easy to paint and they're pretty fun to paint. Oy. Give them a bunch of little like fungusy like pimples here, because these are mushroom goblins, right? I think. Gloomspike gets are cave goblins that are obsessed with mushrooms. And squigs, I'm pretty sure, by the lore, I'm pretty sure squigs are made of fungus anyways, as are all orcs in the Warhammer universe. Oh, I was getting out of the thing there. Out of the camera. There we go. I think that's like pretty good for little squig pimples, little pink dots. Oh, he's got a few on the front of his face. Did my music stop? It did. Wait, no, this playlist was so good. No, I'm going back to the other playlist. I can't believe it ran out. Oh, it's only an hour and 5 minutes. That was too short. I don't even know if I'm going to get back to the Stormcast today. I was hoping I would, but it may be a tomorrow angle for actually getting the wings done. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good there. And now I'll just like lighten this pink up a little bit. Go back over all of them one more time there. Pretty simple. I think 2 layers will be enough for this. I don't think I'm going to go 3 on the pimples. whatever they are. I think they're pimples. I think that's the intention. Squig pimples. A really similar thing on Mollig for my Mollig's Mob warband. Oh, sorry, I was tapped out of my OBS here. I'm back now. Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll try that for the next time. I'm gonna do a different colored squig. I think I'm gonna do this guy yellow squig. I think a little bit of a slap chop angle might be a good angle on this one. Now that I got the medium for it, I'll see what I can do once I get to that one. Squigs are always fun to paint. Squigs are just great for like just messing around, eh? And orcs. I should get some orcs at some point. I had a lot of fun painting like Cruel Boys, like the AOS orcs, and 40k orcs look like they're fun to paint. Alright, how's that? Is that enough for this guy? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Couple more things I gotta do on this guy before I can actually call him done here. He needs some eyes. I need to get a little bit of a skin tone here for his lips too, so I'm gonna use just like tan flesh mixed with a little bit of the pink. I've never done any type of real like slap chop or speed painting or anything like that. I think for like Skaven too, it'll be good to experiment with for sure. Skaven and squigs. Good. Now I can basically just go on here. So I get the lips around the edges like this. There we go. Nice little squig lips. Trying to get a little bit bright. That might be too bright. I'm not entirely sure if I like that as much. We'll see. I'm gonna go a little bit less pink for the lips and go a little bit more like skin tone here. And hope that that sort of like solves the issue that I'm having with them. You need to be a little bit pink, but also a little bit more like skin, I think. Oh, I know. I don't want him to look like he's wearing lipstick, but maybe it would be not the worst thing. I think it looks a little bit weird. I think that's okay. Let's do that. Nice little bit of a bright nose there. I think I'll call that pretty good there for the mouth, and then I just gotta do some eyes here. Eyes are always suffering. Eyes are pain. Coal black. I do reverse kind of like reverse pupils for these if I can. I think his eyes might be too small, so I might just give him little beady black eyes like this though. And skip the pupils altogether. I usually do black eyes with white pupils on these little things. I think that might just be okay like that. Oh yeah, the surprise face. Dude, that's like the classic. That's why I stopped painting eyes to begin with and started doing like lightning eyes, because I did it once. I was like, oh yeah, this guy looks confused. This guy looks both surprised and confused. So let's just do lightning eyes from here on out. Oh Christ, yeah, I'm already butchering the eyes. This guy just gets little beady black eyes, and then I gotta fix that one eye, because he's already got too much already getting black paint around the edges of it. Let's just do this. Let's do this. I think that's good. I think just some little beady black eyes are fine for a squig, and then last thing I'm gonna do is just get a little bit of this earth shade here. Whoa! Stop falling off my desk here. Whew. I think this bottle of earth shade is very rapidly approaching end of life. It is mostly sludge at this point. And the toes, I'm gonna make them a little bit brown. So I'm gonna go over them with a bit of earth shade, because I don't actually like how shiny white they are. I'm just gonna brown them down a little bit. They should look a little muddier on account of being his feet. And you know, I'll do the bottom of his feet like that. This is kind of how I do like sloppy, lazy feet and make them look kind of muddy. It's just like, hey, here's a bunch of watered down earth shade, muddy feet done. Now, gray for rocks. I have to paint all the little rocks on this base next. Oh, a couple layers of gray on the rocks. They'll also be fairly simple rocks. A couple rocks in there, a little bit there. Question is this foot on a rock? I think it is. Trying to determine what's on rocks and what's not is always a little bit easier said than done. Because sometimes they make them look kind of like muddy. The texture. Do a dark gray and just work up to some lighter highlights. Hopefully not too many rocks either. That's pretty easy. I think this is a rock, so I'll go gray there. Stand on a rock over here. Okay. Right, it's gray. Dab a little bit of gray up there towards the top and towards the edges. Sort of random patterns. Rocks are something I'm never sure if I'm getting better at painting. I always just dry brush them, but this guy is kind of like mostly done already, so I don't want to break out the dry brush for these like well hidden parts under his like feet and stuff like that. Rocks are one of those things that like sometimes I paint them like, damn, I absolutely nailed that rock, and then other times like, oh no, it's just gray. It's just gray on gray and it looks painted. This one will be fine though. But you know what? Whenever you screw up a rock, Nuln Oil can always save it. That's what I learned. Stipple a little bit of gray there, a little bit of gray there, a little bit of gray there. Bring it around the front, same thing. Gray stippling. Okay. Rocks. There we go. Oh no, oh no. Whatever. I just got a bunch of See, this is gonna be too bright, but we'll make it work here. Gonna be around the edges and the tops of the rocks that are gonna be bright, and then I'm gonna use Nuln Oil to basically level them off. Alright. A little bit here. There, a little bit there. A little bit there. Alright, those rocks are kind of brightened up. Then we just get the Nuln Oil out here. Truly the secret recipe for pretty much yeah, let me read this. Sorry, I missed this. Okay, you paint them separately, eh? Yeah, most of the time I'll paint them first, like with my STORMCAST. You see, I have a lot of like incomplete STORMCAST. What I started doing was painting them first. Like these guys aren't done. They've been sitting on my desk for about 3 months now or more. But I'll just paint the base before I paint the model, and then I'll do the model, and then just touch up the base after, if I'm gonna glue them down. But I like the idea of just lightly super gluing them too. I should try that at some point. These ones especially, because these are like, I don't think they're push fit. Oh, maybe these ones are push fit. Yeah, but any of this push fit, I find like they're fairly like rigid with their base attachments. So like, need to go together at specific times or whatever. Depends on the model, I guess. But sometimes it's hard to paint the push fit bases first. Alright. Basically just be able to do a little dab of this on every rock now, and hopefully it's thinned out enough that it gives the rock a nice like mellowed out look. Basing is something that like, I don't know, I feel like basing is tough. I've never put too much work into getting better at basing. I've always kind of just done basing the way I do, but some people are so good at basing, it makes me wish I like put more work into it. I know I need to at some point. It's always kind of something I just rush through with my models. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna like hack together this base. But a nice base does look pretty good. A little more Nolan oil on here, darken those down just a little bit. Bring that over here. I think that's fine for rocks. They don't need to be perfect. Little easy base. Let that dry out. Last thing I gotta do here. Alright. Which is the most important and most stressful part of any model, is rimming the base. Oh, I hate this part. Just gonna do that, and hopefully that stays on there. A little bit more black here. Whew. Rim the base. I've got a brush that I use this. I'll use this brush. Hope this guy just stays on here. I don't have any issues. Alright, nice black rim on that guy's base, and I think I'll basically call that squig done. We got ourselves one complete squig here. Sort of a simple paint job. Highlighted up, little pink lips, nice teeth and bones, and some rocks on his base. Squig 1 is done of the 9-part Gitz warband. I got a little bit of paint out still, times at 906. I got about a few more minutes of painting in me here. I gotta do some stuff on this guy. I'm just gonna finish painting the front of his wing with ivory while I got it out. I'm actually gonna have to get out just a little bit more ivory because these things soak a lot of ivory paint. But I got a little bit of space left on my palette, so may as well get it done while I'm here. And then tomorrow I'm gonna start hitting the contrast. Whoa! Tomorrow I'm gonna start hitting the contrast paints hard and doing the flames on the wings. The squig is done, yeah. It's quick. Squigs are easy to paint, they're fun. Short, nice little easy project. Okay, that's a lot of paint on that brush. Let's tone that down just a little bit. So you're gonna start laying this out. I already did the backs of the wings, just getting them ready. Still a little bit. Color's a little bit thin here, but the coating doesn't need to be perfect because this is all going to be contrasted. But I did the front of the other wing and the back of both wings, and then I just got to do the front of this wing real quick. I like to use ivory as like the hottest part of the fire. Well, Mahalik was about 10 times the size of that squig, so, and Mahalik's a Troggett, so let me tell you, if I had to paint another Troggett, it would probably take me 3 months, but I see people painting that Trug, the Trog King model, and that thing is an absolute beast. That thing would take me a literal year to paint. Absolutely out of hand. Mahalik nearly just broke my will to paint entirely. It's such a big model. It's one of those models that doesn't look that big, but it like once you start painting it, you're like, damn, this model is actually just freaking enormous, and it just doesn't look like it. It was like sneakily large. Mollig was a beast. The wings on this guy are a little dusty, but it is what it is. I can scrape any dust off once he's... The wings are painted. These are gonna be some real hot looking wings, hopefully. That's the plan, at least. Bye. These things soak a lot of paint, these wings. Crazy how much paint they take just to do like a base covering of like ivory on them. It takes a lot of ivory paint, that's for sure. I'm excited to paint them just because they're gonna like, it's a lot of practice, a lot of fire practice, and they're gonna look really cool when they're done, but man, a little bit intimidated for sure. Just with the sheer amount of surface area on them. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go back over this other one real quick and just do a quick little touch up on a few places I missed. Back here. And just smooth it out a little bit. These ones I think I'm gonna do one at a time. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't really have a plan. I've never been one for plans. Alright. There's the wings on that guy. These ones I ain't even started on yet, but I may as well burn through a little bit of this ivory paint. Apparently I took out way too much, so I'm just gonna start hitting it until it's done. Hitting the ivory paint here. A little Huda ivory on here. Oh no, there's like fibers or dust or something. There's something in there. Give me a second. How did you get in there? Is it actually that dusty around here? That's crazy. Yeah, there's like a big chunk of dust in the paint, or just sitting on the model that's now stuck there. That I have to now scrape off with great difficulty. Just using the knife as a paintbrush. My tongue just twisted. Knife as a brief paintbrush. Ooh, wings. I don't actually have that much ivory paint left, so I thought I had a lot more. I'll get a few brush strokes of ivory on here, and then tomorrow we'll really get these wings going. Gonna use as much of it as I can here. I should probably hold them back from this guy. It's gonna be splashing ivory all over that other one, so let's hold it back just a tad. Spread it all around here on the ends of these ones. All right, cool. I'm out of ivory paint here. I'm done for the night. Thank you everybody for tuning in on this slightly low energy Monday, but we had a productive day. We got the SQUIG done. I'll take some pictures and I'll post this guy in the Discord. We'll link the Discord in the chat here in case anyone's watching, but I will post some pictures of the SQUIG there. General settings. How do I do this with Discord? God, invite people. Copy. Paste. We already got a few people here in the Discord. There's a link if anyone's watching and they're interested. There'll be some pictures there. I hope everybody has a great night. I will probably be back tomorrow. I'm gonna try and I have a busy day tomorrow. I should be online tomorrow. I'm trying to get more regular throughout the week. So if I'm not on tomorrow, I'll definitely be on Wednesday. I'm out of here. Hope everyone has a great night.